So, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, welcome to all of you for the today's holistic lifestyle wisdom part 2. Okay, my dear friends, last Saturday, we learned about three aspects of holistic lifestyle living. Till the point of till the last topic is timely eating. Now, the fourth topic today. There are 6 more topics to be covered as a part of the first, the 10 holistic principles, my dear friends. The fourth, the, the fourth aspect of this holistic lifestyle living is water. My dear friends, water, let's know about water. So the water, especially, is very essential ingredient for our life, day-to-day life on the Earth planet, isn't it? So we, in our physical body, there is about 78% of water. And on the globe itself, there is 75% of water on the Earth planet. There's only 25% of the earth element, isn't it? So that's how the water is very, very crucial. But exactly to understand how do we drink this water, what kind of quality of the water we can drink, what is available outside. If you try to understand a little bit about this particular aspect, my dear friends, particularly this very, very important aspect, it's very pathetic that nowadays we purchase the water in the form of bottle, in the form of cans, right, from the outside. In fact, our planet is a blue planet wherein we have 75% of water. Still, we purchase the water on this Earth planet, on the Earth globe. Very, very pathetic, very sad part of us. Okay, that's how the humanity has come down on its evolution. So this is the, one of the indication of so-called the you can say like it is a non-environmental non-environmental and non-holistic development of humanity on this Earth planet. We are not developed holistically. We are developed ourselves with respect to money, and we say that we are go on increasing our own properties, so-called technology, advanced technology, everything else. But what exactly we need? We need good amount of water for this physical body to function properly. What are the basic requirements? What are the basic elements? Water, oxygen, nutrients, and the pranic energy. Pranic energy. These 4 are essential. Are we supplying them properly to our physical body? No, it's not possible. In the current society, it is highly, highly difficult. But we are living in a highly technological developed society. Looks like. But what's happening to our own systems of, the basic systems, which helps us to keep us healthy and safe? There is no such mechanism, my dear friends. Nobody is thinking about this. Nobody want to think about this. Everybody want money. That's all. At the end of the day, everybody want money. Whether they sell water, whether they sell petroleum, whether they sell something else. Everywhere they wanted money. But the water need not be sold, should not be sold on this Earth planet. Since we have so much water, so much downpour of the rains all the times throughout the most of the seasons, mostly the rainy season, heavy downpour of the water is there on the Earth planet, especially in India. And we have all the we are the rich with the richness of the all natural resources. Basically, natural resources are very affluent on our planet, especially in India, my dear friends. Still, we are suffering because of lack of proper drinking water. That's all because of the lack of initiative by governments and lack of initiative by the public. In fact, we don't have that consciousness. We don't have that kind of what we can say like, that kind of motivation within us to question what is the kind of water we are drinking. Anyhow, so let's understand now, my dear friends. So when we are drinking water from outside, when we get from the tap water, which government supplies, otherwise we purchase the can, otherwise we purchase the so-called mineral water from the society. When you purchase the mineral water from the society, from the market, from the outside, any like supermarkets, wherever, you just measure the pH value and TDS value. pH value must be more or less 7 and above, 7.2. It must be that much. That is the correct indication of drinking water. But whatever you buy outside from the market, right? Any can or anything, which will not be that. Anything below 7, it becomes acidic water, my dear friends. Anything above 7.2, that becomes alkaline water. We must drink alkaline water for the safest working of all the organs in our body. Second, TDS. How much is the TDS of proper drinking water? It must be 150 to 200. But what is the value which you, if you measure outside? That's why always keep 2 meters in your house at any cost, all the times. One is TDS meter, another is pH meter. TDS, if you measure from the water what you get from through the taps or through the water cans or the mineral water, it will be only 30 to 50. You can imagine what kind of salts are present, what kind of minerals are present in that water if it is only 40, 50, right? So that's not a safest to drink. So that's how, my dear friends, we drink here unhealthy water on this earth planet. That is why we are undergoing lot of diseases, commonest diseases. So many diseases we are undergoing day in, day out. Try to understand this. There is a mineral deficiency in the body. There are no proper amount of salts and minerals present in the water what we are drinking, isn't it? And also the so-called pH value, TDS, the pH value we measure almost like many times we drink only acidic water, then our blood becomes acidic, then ultimately the organs starts malfunctioning or misfunctioning, my dear friends, wrong functioning of the organs. All this leads to so-called disease in our physical body. Try to understand this. Now, what do we do? So there are many methods, of course, to treat the water, to drink proper water. Before drinking any water which get to your tap, if you want to treat, you can use ultraviolet purifier. Ultraviolet purifier can easily handle any tap water, any river water through tap, that can cleanse with respect to bacteria, virus, odor, chemicals, everything, isn't it? Of course, minerals will be kept all right. That's not a problem. So that water is okay. But how many houses will get the river water, tap water? It's highly impossible. In India, most of the urban cities also not properly covered with the water network. Many of the places they suffer. They try to extract the groundwater to deep within. So that's going to be a hardest water, my dear friends. That's how we are suffering today, isn't it? So anyhow, so what happens, friends? So when you try to drink a river water, whatever tap water, what you get into your house, fortunately, if you are located near to the riverbed area, otherwise the cities which are covered with the drinking water network, of course you may get Kaveri water. Depends upon the river which is inside, very near to your place. So somehow what happens is, so that water can be purified and dry. You can drink that water, right? But you're not sure about the energy in the water. Always the life energy in the water is not ensured by even the system. Even the UV purified water also doesn't have the life energy, my dear friends. So only you may have minerals sufficiently in that water. That's okay. But life energy in the water is missing. Life energy, if you try to understand, friends, in every smallest particle on this earth planet will have its own life energy, so-called consciousness. Even the water will have consciousness, if you understand. Water will also have consciousness. But what happens is when it goes through the lot of, you can say pipelines, and the water will be brought from the river. Natural flow of water is the actual characteristic. Whenever the flow of water is natural, live, so then only it will have life energy. If at all, if you divert to the reservoir, if you store it in the dam reservoir, and if you try to channel the water through pipeline, big pipelines from the reservoir to the so-called cities, what happens? Then that particular water will lose its all life energy. Life force is zero now. It means you are drinking the water just for minerals or kind of minerals and the other aspects, but otherwise the life energy in the water is missing. So how do we get back now? That is why. So friends, so now if you, of course, some people are using RO, reverse osmosis, right, by filtering the hottest water of the borewell. So they do that. But what happened? Even in that condition, the RO will remove all the minerals. Minerals will be made zero. That means the output of the RO becomes zero water, dead water, my dear friends. Okay. Of course, there is no life energy in that also. Now, what is the safest way of drinking this any water? What are the water you received to your house, right? So our own old methods we have to pursue, my dear friends. So today I'm going to teach about our own oldest method. So that is, so use the copper vessel for drinking water. That means for storing of water. Any water, whatever you get either tap water or the borewell water, whatever it may be, right? So the safest way is, if you want, you can boil the water and store in the so-called copper vessel. The copper vessel you take 10 liter, 20 liter. So store this water in that overnight. Overnight you store, then next day morning you try to drink that water. That water becomes completely purified water. The natural way of purification, my dear friends. So how does it happen? You just observe our own Indian sages and saints, even now and earlier times, in the previous times. What is to be done is, they used to drink the water from copper kamandala. This so-called the Tamrada Patra copper kamandala. They used to drink, right? They used to keep the water in that, and they drink that water only. They don't drink the water through any other vessel. All the saints and sages. So that's the indication that we also can go through the same method. It's an old method, but it's a powerful method and efficient method, my dear friends. So if you store the water inside that, what will happen? All the bacteria, virus will be killed. The copper has got a great characteristics of killing bacteria, virus, all it attracts all the unnecessary particles, and also it tries to remove the odor, smell, chemical, everything towards its own vessel. So inside the vessel, the walls of the vessel will attract all these things towards it. Okay. So if you store the water throughout the night for 6 to 8 hours, by next morning it is filtered water. It's just structured water. It's a energized water, my dear friends. So that is the water wherein even the copper, as a copper element, right? One of the elements, copper, will also release free electrons into this water, so that this water becomes energized, my dear friends. Now, if you drink this water, you will be always healthy and energetic, my dear friends. But there are some preconditions we need to follow when you are using the copper vessel for storing the water. If at all you are you are keeping the water in the night, overnight, and the next day morning, the water is safe for drinking as well as for cooking purposes. But you must clean this vessel. All the inner walls of the vessel must be cleaned with the help of so-called lemon, with a lemon attached with some salt. You must be rubbing all the inner walls. Then only next time you can use. That means next day you can be ready to use. Otherwise, that will cause a lot of other diseases, my dear friends. Very, very important. You have to clean properly. At the same time, if you don't have big copper vessel, take one steel vessel and just make one small copper plate of 2 or 3 by 2.5 inch or 3.5 inch by 12 inch, one piece of metal, that is copper metal. Then place this metal inside the steel vessel and wherever you store the water. So that also works similarly. Again, next day, once it's after 6 8 hours, take out that copper plate, that small plate, clean that, and again use for next day. So this is the best way of so-called using the best way of drinking water, my dear friends, to drink energetic and structured water, the clean water. So the oldest method. So try to use this, my dear friends. Right, friends. Now the fifth item, the part of holistic lifestyle, fifth item. So that is kashayas, herbal decoctions. You might have heard about kashayas so far, my dear friends. These kashayas very, very useful in the place of basically tea and coffee. Avoid the tea and coffee. Use these kashayas or herbal decoctions. Always use this, because coffee and tea that causes several diseases, as you know, right? The ingredients of coffee and tea are not good for health, but kashayas are great health, right? So these kashayas will reduce all the diseases. They work like a catalyst. If you have got any disease also, if you take one particular kashaya consistently, it helps such a way that it will cure the disease very fast. For example, if you get cold cough like that, right? Taking one tulsi kashaya is much, much useful. Even if you get fever out of cold and cough, if you drink the tulsi kashaya or Sunti Kashaya, what it does is it improves the resistance power, immunity power, it boosts up. Then your own body will fight against the disease, and then you will come out of the disease. It means these kashayas or decoctions, herbal decoctions will help as a catalyst in order to recover from any kind of a illness, my dear friends. So what do we do? So to prepare the kashaya is very, very important. So that water which is stored in the copper vessel must be used always. Remember this. Okay, and especially this kashaya can be made with the help of any leaves, tulsi leaves, mint leaves, or otherwise neem leaves, so any kashaya. So there are so many pongamania leaves, like there are many kind of a plants are available, which are medical plants. Take 5 to 6 leaves or 10 leaves. So neatly clean it. Take one, 2 3 glass of water. Keep on the stove. Go on boil it for 5 minutes. After that, add this clean leaves into that. So 5 or 10 leaves. Then let it boil for another 3 4 minutes. Now your kasha is ready. But what happens is the water should little water should be get evaporated. Then the essence of that leaves will go into the water and then filter it. Once it cool down, just filter it. Filter it and add maybe some palm jaggery or something for a taste purpose. Then drink that. Okay, that is called kashaya, my dear friends. Okay, so if you take this, definitely this is going to be much helpful. So all the medicinal plants can be made as a kashaya and drink, so that you can improve the resistance power. You can fight against any disease, my dear friends. So now let's see the sixth principle: utensils for cooking. What are the kind of utensils we have to use, my dear friends? Steel utensils we must use. Never use the so-called this so-called you can say like all the non-stick items, right? Non-stick utensils is very dangerous. They are made up of Teflon coating. So especially the non-stick utensils, they are made up of Teflon coating. Slowly, if you start using those vessels for your cooking purpose, all these things, right? That Teflon coating starts melting and getting into the your own food, what you're eating, my dear friends. If that goes into the physical body, what happens? So in your small intestines get stuck with these kind of particles, okay, and it doesn't melt. In fact, it doesn't melt, and this is going to block your intestine, small intestine. Then that creates a lot of other troubles. Okay, it creates a lot of other issues, my dear friends. What happens is whatever you eat, so the like whatever you eat out of that, it will generate some kind of a nutrients after the digestion. Your intestine should absorb all these nutrients into the blood. Okay, through some small intestine it will happen. If these kind of nanoparticles, non-stick utensils and all these Teflon coating particles go on stuck in the small intestine, that will avoid the absorption of all the nutrients into the physical blood. Then that creates a mineral deficiency in the physical body, my dear friends. And also it creates a lot of so-called the immunity power, everything will come down. So that's how we'll get into other diseases, friends. That's why avoid the utensils for cooking, especially except steel vessels and iron vessels. That's also okay. So branch is also sometimes okay, but you cannot use this non-stick utensils strictly to be prohibited. Now, friends, seventh principle is uses of plastic. So we all know what is the disadvantage of plastic, my dear friends. So many of us nowadays we try to use plastic boxes, plastic glasses, plastic plates, everything the part of kitchen, which is totally filled with all these plastic items because they are cheaper in quality, the cheaper basically cheaper in rate, and as well easy to clean and whatever. But easy to like light in weight, all that is fine. But definitely it's a great disadvantage there. Even you drink water through the plastic, let me tell you the fact. So the water will react with the plastic what you store. So that plastic slowly melt into the water. Whenever you drink the water, the plastic nanoparticles also will enter your physical body. So those smallest particles, nanoparticles of plastic will go and stuck in the small intestine as I told just now. So that's how it is going to create a lot of problems, my dear friends. Many people nowadays, they lose the air on the, they are becoming bald head, and the lot of loss of air on the head, all this happening because of this. Basically, this is called selenium deficiency. Selenium deficiency is caused because of drinking water through this plastic all the time, and also using plastic more and more, my dear friends. This is how it's not good. So don't use this. And also it is a very damaging for the environment. As you know, you should know this, right? Any any plastic you buy and use it, right? In the place of any other utensils like steel and iron, all these things. So the plastic which is thrown into the ground, which will not be decomposed for next 300 years, it will stay as it is there. That means it is polluting the earth, isn't it? It is polluting the soil. It's very dangerous, my dear friends. That is why avoid all these things. Even storing your food items such as drinking water, oils, pickles, and all this must be stored not in the plastic containers. Must be stored in the either steel containers or otherwise take the other iron-based containers, my dear friends. That's very, very essential. Now, the eighth point is, friends, walking is must. This is one of the best principles. So out of 10 holistic principles, we covered now 7. Eighth point we are going through now. So what is the eighth holistic principle? Walking is must. My dear friends, walking for an hour and hour, 1.5 hour is very, very beneficial to everybody. Is best compared to any other kind of exercise on this earth planet. Compared to any other exercise, these are one of the best exercise you can say. But the thing is, my friends, so we are, especially human being, we are suitable for walking. We are not suitable for any kind of a jogging or running. Always understand, try to understand this. The reason is, so our own physical body, we are a two-legged animal. We are not a four-legged animal where we can run, where we can jog. We are not fit for jogging or running. We should not do that. If you start doing it, even the athletes and all who do this running and jogging, their knees will be spoiled very faster. So always do the walking. Maybe brisk walking is good for us. Okay. So friends, so that's how we need to understand. So many of times, we sit in the same position and keep working, keep working. So that try to develop a lot of strain in the physical body, especially, right? So they say all this strain to be relieved. What need to be done is walking is the best exercise. If you want to relieve the strain, which is, like so-called connected within the physical body, right? So that's the reason we need to, ensure that we are doing walking everyday basis. But walking, how long you walk, that's very important. How slow you walk, that's very important. How speedily you are walking is not more at all important, my dear friends. Speed is not the matter. The length of walking and slowness of walking. So the long length, that's more important. How much time you spend in the walking, that's more important, friends. Please try to understand this. Longer duration, better the results. Okay. Now, let's understand our physical body, how much walking may be required. As I told you, it's about 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. You must. The reason is, friends, in our physical body, there is 5 to 6 liter of blood. In every 1 liter of the blood, we have glucose content about 1 gram. That means 5 to 6 grams of glucose. In order to spend or in order to so-called burn the calories or say something like one gram of glucose you want to burn, you need to walk minimum 15 minutes. It means in order to burn something about 5 to 6 grams of glucose, we need to walk minimum 75 minutes per day. When you burn that, then what will happen is you will be ready to take the next round of food input to your physical body. Otherwise, you're already full with the amount of glucose. The amount of glucose is not spent. If it is not spent, what happened? So again, question of taking one more time food or whatever, right? The input, whatever you are taking to the physical body is not all going to be helpful. In fact, it's going to be damaging. It's going to be harmful, my dear friends. So that's why all the time, whatever we have glucose content, we must maintain 5 to 6 grams only all the time in the blood at any point of time. If you are exceeding that so-called that glucose 5 to 6 grams more than that, then it leads to a lot of other diseases, my dear friends. A lot of other diseases like diabetes, so-called the heart issues and high blood pressure and whatnot, cholesterol and obesity, cancer, so many things will come. If at all you are exceeding the limits of glucose content within the physical body. But nowadays it's happening very much, my dear friends, because we eat all the time carbohydrates, we don't eat fiber-based foods, and we are least bothered about what kind of input we are taking. Sometimes suddenly we take Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and sugar-based, all the sugar-based drinks, right? And then that will that will plus lot of glucose into the physical body, wherein this extra glucose, extra sugar, so which cannot be melt or which cannot be burned by physical body, that will be converted into unnecessary cholesterol, obesity, fat cells, and triglycerides, and all this stuff. Okay, that's how you are getting obese. That's how we are getting type 2 diabetes, and also we are getting high BP, friends. So remember this. That's why. So have a controlled way of getting the glucose into the body, and also this walking will be much helpful in order to burn the so-called the amount of glucose present in your blood, friends. Now, especially in the nowadays youth, so they go for gym for the exercises, which are unnatural, basically not much natural. Gym is not going to be the natural. You are going to the gym, and you are working out within the AC cover, AC controlled gym, all these things, which is no way comparable to the walking, my dear friends. The reason is, if you just walk, even the youth below 30 years, they can go for a brisk walk. Anything above 30 years age, you can go for a long walking, slow walking. But what happens is, gym is go the like the youth is going for a fashion or whatever, go to the gym and do all that. That is unnatural. Sometimes it will be giving a lot of extreme pressure on a particular organs, which also going to fail sometimes, friends, which is unnatural. And also you are not breathing. See, while walking, you must be breathing, not like you are going to use treadmill and walk. That's very, very unnatural. How come? So where do you get the fresh oxygen? If you go into the walking, a long street, otherwise parks everywhere, you get a good amount of oxygen, and also you have good friends while walking. So that's going to be much helpful, friends. So walking in the open area, in the park area, on the side of the roads, that is going to be much helpful and very beneficial. Do that. Please do that. Avoid gym, go to the gym and doing a treadmill and all this stuff, which is no way going to be helpful for that, friends. So it's not going to be healthy at all. It's not going to be holistically healthy. Now, the ninth point of holistic lifestyle, my dear friends, sleep is mandatory. So let me tell you, a good sleep is going to be helpful for the body to improve its immunity at to the highest manner. It will re-energize the body when you sleep properly. If you have sleep of 6 hours to 8 hours, definitely you are going to be recharged throughout the in the night. You will be recharged. The next day morning you are ready for work. Otherwise, what happens, friends? It leads to the so-called lack of immunity, and you get a lot of other diseases. So nowadays, because of heavy hectic schedules, many people are deprived of the sleep, basically. And then what will happen is, this is going to introduce, my dear friends, many, many other diseases. Try to remember insomnia, and it gets into so-called a lot of strain, stress. It's all, nothing will be relieved if you don't sleep properly, isn't it? And some people, they go for a sleep very late night, and wake up also in the generally wake up very late in the morning. That's not good. Always the best principle is, go to the bed early and wake up early. That's very important. For example, if you are going to the bed about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, then getting early around 4, 5 o'clock is always good for the health, right? So that you have to do, friends. So in the improper sleep is always leads to several kind of disorders. Try to understand. Many people nowadays, because of heavy stress and strain, nowadays what happened, their sleep is also disturbed. So in order to get a good sleep, sound sleep, they are going through the so-called pills. Okay, they are taking pills, tablets. Very, very bad. Don't do that, which will have harmful effects on the physical body, my dear friends. It's very, very difficult. Later on, you become accustomed to that. Then you can never come out of that so-called the addiction. Okay, so try not doing it. And also, friends, whenever you sleep, try to sleep in the pitch darkness. Don't keep any lights. Don't keep any so-called electromagnetic devices, mobiles, anything near to you. Try not keeping any electromagnetic devices. Can make them switch off. And also, try to sleep in the pitch darkness. Very important. The reason is, in the night duration, in the night times, whenever pitch darkness you are sleeping, there is something called melatonin. One hormone will be generated by the so-called your own, the so-called the pineal gland. The pineal gland will generate the melatonin. So this particular chemical, once it is released in the night when you are sleeping in the pitch darkness, so then only pineal gland will detect that you are sleeping now, you are gone to the sleep. Then what it does is, it generates the melatonin. That melatonin hormone will go into the blood. It will be circulated. It will be circulated to all the organs of the body, and then it initiates the so-called the repairing mechanism of all the devices throughout the night. Otherwise, the repairing mechanism will never happen in the night, my dear friends. You will be awakeful, and you don't let all the organs to be repaired by themselves. See, night time is meant for repair and maintenance of every organ, my dear friends. Don't ever put them into the task. Don't eat in the late night, and then your so-called your food is keep on burning, keep on digesting throughout the night. How come you expect a repair and mechanism, and so-called the repair and the rejuvenation of your physical body, rejuvenation of your own organs? If that doesn't happen, immediately what happen? It leads to a disease for a particular organ. That's how we are getting many diseases, my dear friends. Try to always make sure that your sleep is sound sleep, and also throughout the in the night when you have dreamless and sound sleep, my dear friends, you will definitely receive a lot of cosmic energy. Try understanding this. So it's a spiritual I'm talking. So with respect to spiritual perspective, so you receive a lot of cosmic energy when you go into the sound sleep, dreamless sleep. Then only it happens. Okay. So try to always make sure that, and try to always try to get the facility of getting into dreamless and sound sleep all the time, the adequate sleep, and every night. So try to have the adequate amount of sleep, my dear friends. So this is the mandatory. The sleep is very mandatory, my dear friends. Now the 10th holistic principle is meditation, friends. So all the time throughout these many days, now we are going through the, today's is almost like a 10th day. So we are going through the so-called meditation, and we've been doing meditation. We have been practicing, right? You know the importance of meditation. Through meditation, you can come out of all the so-called stress, strain, and you can have the peaceful sleep, improving the efficiency of work, and you can come out of many diseases, especially the stress and strain can be cleaned properly, isn't it? And the mentally will be peaceful. All the stress levels, whatever there in the physical body accumulated so far, will be removed properly. So called, this meditation will help you, in fact, in order to lead to the self realization. You know very much about that. And so especially, so who do not believe in the existence of God also meditate, right, with no thoughts, including the with a calm mind, especially. So right, so that is the reason. So meditation is very essential throughout the life. We have to keep it active with us so that it takes care of everything within our life, my dear friends. Meditation is something like this: Dhyana Sarvaroga Nivarini, Dhyana Sarvabhoga Karini, Dhyana Sarva Gnana Prasadini. So try understanding this. So it will give wisdom, it will give good health, it will also give the wealth, my dear friends. Wealth, health, and so-called great wisdom that will be given by, provided by meditation. So let's always, all the time, whenever possible, keep doing meditation. So don't ever miss this opportunity of doing meditation, my dear friends. Now, so with this, friends, we are finishing all the so-called 10 holistic lifestyle principles today, my dear friends. Now, especially, so this other than this, friends, so what will happen is there are something called the natural diet is there. I want to tell you the natural diet for people who are suffering already from diseases. Okay. So there are people who are already suffering from diseases. What kind of natural diet will be there? So that we can discuss. Okay. This is our last item as a part of today. Then we'll close it. So the best thing can be done by people who are suffering already with the diseases, friends. There is a natural diet plan for them. It's called Anarogya Dinacharya. Okay. So now first and foremost thing is they have to detox themselves. I'm giving you the principles or the steps to be followed by a person who is already suffering with any ailment. Okay. The first step is best and most important part of it is to detox. Detox with the help of enema, or otherwise Vamana Dauti, Jalaneti, whatever it may be. So he has to get detox. So there are a lot of toxins within his body already accumulated. So go for the detoxification. So detoxification can be done by many methods, right? So one of the method which can be practiced at your home is enema. Take enema one kit, okay, buy that and follow it for 7 to 21 days. Every day, morning and evening, go through enema. That enema kit is available. You can do, just follow the instructions and do it. In fact, we teach this enema already. There are videos available on the Mahavatar TV. Take the help of one video which is available on the Mahavatar TV, how to practice the enema at your home itself. Then you can continue that, right? So this will, friends, this will cleanse the entire so-called large intestine and colon. The colon is the place where lot of impurities are stored. Lot of bad bacteria, negative bacteria got developed in the physical body. That place is called colon. So that particular colon or the large intestine can be cleaned with the help of enema properly. So that's why use this enema process. That's the best detoxification. Other than that, go to the Ayurvedic hospital, Ayurvedic so-called Panchakarma center, where they can do other methods also. Basti, otherwise Virechana method, Vamana Dauti, and there are other methods also. And Abhyanga Snana, all this can be done with the help of Panchakarma Ayurvedic Center. So which is also be going to be much helpful for your the rejuvenation of the body and recovery from any ailment, my dear friends. Second method is simple yoga and exercise, pranayama, meditation is must every day for the person who is suffering with any disease. And third method is air fasting in the morning, or yeah, that means air fasting means not even with the water, friends. The fasting, basically what happened, one air fasting means you don't even take the water, but you will fast. How do you do that? So basically, start with the 3 hours fasting after waking up, and then gradually increase to 6 hours. Basically, for example, you wake up at 5 o'clock up to 8 o'clock. That means 3 hours. You're not going to eat anything, not drinking any water also. Okay. Slowly increase another 6 hours. That means 5 plus 6, 11 o'clock. Till that also, you're not going to eat anything, you're not going to drink the water. So then what happens? This becomes a air fasting, but it's very, very essential, highly helpful, I'm telling you. So this is called intermittent fasting. How does it work? Next previous day at about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you have finished your dinner. Okay. Now then after that, maybe if you wanted one glass of lukewarm water before go to the sleep, you can have it before half an hour going to the sleep. That's much essential for the next day. Stools passing will be much helpful. But you are not going to eat anything, you're not going to drink anything next day up to 10 o'clock. Imagine. So this entire period, what happened, friends? Our body will burn unnecessary fats inside us. Whatever is there, unnecessary fats, the body will be burning all of that, using all of that. That's how many people, this is called intermittent fasting of 12 to 14 hours, my dear friends. So with this, what happened? The persons will they lose their all obesity, they try to burn the fat cells, all this happens, friends. Now, how do you break this fasting? At the 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, make a green juice and then break this so you will come out of the so-called fasting, friends. The green juice you can make and drink it, then you'll come out of that green juice itself as a breakfast more than sufficient, friends. Okay. If you have more amount of appetite, that point of time you can eat salads or whatever, right? Vegetable salad, do that. Now fourth point is lunch, friends. So part of this, the diet plan for a people who are leading with the ailments. Fourth point is lunch. What is the lunch to be taken? Salads garnished with the nuts and seeds, green chutney, right? Eat coconut, especially eat coconuts for a for fats and calcium, and sprouted moong dal also thrice in a week you can take. It's having highest protein. So this much is there. This much if you eat, it's sufficient for a lunch. A person who is having a illness. What happens is, friends, even we have illness, people are eating 3 times. Imagine 3 times, like carbohydrates, whatnot, even non-vegetarian, everything they eat. How can you come out of the illness? Tell me. How do you come out of the illness? Any illness. To come out of the illness, you need high amount of resistance power. Basically, your own power, your own immunity power must be good. But when you eat more and more, when you are already in the illness, you are eating more. When you are eating more, what happened? The inner energy, body energy will be used to burn all that. See, for digestion, what is required? You need your own energy. Your own bodily energy is used for digestion. But already you are weak and you are having some disease inside. Then what to do? You have to follow patya. You have to follow the diet, proper diet. Then what happened? Your physical body doesn't waste unnecessary energy in the digestion. Then what happened? The bodily energy will be increased, and then it will fight against the disease. You will have more immunity power. That's what we need to do, friends. That is why whenever you are suffering with any disease, make sure that your input, the food input, that is diet, must be properly, strictly followed. Then you can come out of the disease faster. That's why all this I'm teaching you, right? So not to bombard with a great number of foods, the great number of inputs when you are ailing under with any disease, particularly, right? So this is for lunch, friends. Simple lunch, okay? The evening snacks at around 4 to 5 p.m. Yes, you can do that. Seasonal fruits, okay. Sprouts, well, okay. Soaked by fruits, dry fruits, or whatever. So, and balanced, healthy snacks. That's a kind of a vegetable upma. That's also okay. And along with that, you can use juices, coconut water, or dry fruits, all these things. Okay, this can be taken at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. in order to quench any kind of appetite. If you have more appetite, so use this. Now the sixth, last, the thing is dinner, friends. Dinner around 7 to 8 p.m. What must be there? Dinner is your choice. Always, but there are some recommendations which must be followed. Should not have much of vegetables, the oily vegetables should be avoided. So you can use grains like millets, jawar, bajra, ragi. So this kind of thing, some as a main principal food you can use, main food. Okay. Along with that, of course, you can have some other vegetable curry or something, but not to be heavy food. You must be finishing your dinner by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, not to be later. Okay. And always avoid, do not eat wheat-based, sugar-based items, refined oil. All this must be avoided. Refined flour, and avoid milk. All the milk and milk-based products must be avoided. You cannot use all of this. Okay, should not use. Basically, your dinner can be lighter. Your dinner can be lighter with the help of this so-called, the vegetables, and along with that millets, jowar, bajra, and ragi based. Okay, any one of that you can add it, and you can make a one main food, and along with the vegetable, curry or whatever, and dal also you can eat that, but it should be light in quantity, not to be heavy. And try to use saindava lavana, saindava namak. So that is sea salt. Sea salt should not use any kind of a table salt. Avoid the table salt, powder salt. Don't use that. Okay, friends. Finally, the final last point is last point for the as a part of natural diet to come out of any ailments is meditation. You must start at 9 p.m. before going to bed. Suppose if you are going to bed for 10 o'clock, 1 hour before, start meditation, sit on the bed, start meditation. Likewise, only just enter into the deep sleep. So that's how you'll be finishing your entire day resume, right? Resume. So that's how you can be able to easily come out of the ailments, friends. So thank you so much, friends. This is what we would like to discuss today, part of our holistic lifestyle completely, and also the diet plan for the unhealthy people. That also we discussed. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad. Right. Anybody want to ask any question? You can raise a question. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, namaste.
Namaste.
For cooking, you said only steel and the iron vessels or copper vessels to be used. How about aluminium?
No, aluminum is not that is also not good.
See, we have read it in books that aluminium is a good conductor of heat.
No, aluminum is also not good. That is aluminum metal. If you start using it, that will melt and come into the food, especially the smallest particles will be melted and join into the food. So that's also not good for the health.
Mhm.
Yeah. Aluminum is also not good. Basically steel, and you can have bronze also, or the iron tawa, iron based.
Mm. Iron vessels you don't know.
Iron vessels you may not get, iron tawa you will get.
Tawa, kadai, all that we get.
You take it.
Not vessels.
Yeah, not vessels. Vessels you go with the steel, otherwise bronze.
Bronze.
Otherwise you can go with the mud vessels.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So try to follow this lifestyle or whatever the principles we taught. So mostly you will not have any kind of a ill health. Okay, the ill health will not come, disease will not come, because you have highest immunity within your physical body. So it will fight against any disease. Even disease comes also, it will fight properly. Okay.
Today's class was very good, sir. Very interesting.
Okay. Right.
And the music today was very, very loud.
Okay.
It
Right.
was a sort of bhajan.
Okay. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, friends. Anybody want to express? Please, you can express your experience. Otherwise, you can ask any question. We'll be closing it now. Yeah. Right. Okay, friends. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad to all of you. Good night. Subratri.